think we're better off.
Yeah.
All right. We'll continue with the Reno Recreational Authority regular meeting. Roll call. We'll start with Ms. Ryder.
Here.
Trustee White?
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yep.
Vice Chairman Ryder?
Here.
Chairman White?
Yes.
Trustee Jensen, is that for you?
No, but I'm here.
Trustee Jensen?
Here.
I'm here.
He called you 3 times, Bob.
Consent agenda. The following items are considered to be routine by the Reno Recreational Authority and will be enacted with one motion. Should discussion be desired on that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item number 1, approval of the minutes of the March 9th, 2021 regular meeting of the Reno Recreational Authority. Number 2 is approval of the budget amendment for the fiscal year 2020-21 ending June 30th, 2021.
Motion approved. Second.
Have a motion second. We'll start with Mr. Jensen.
Yes.
Trustee White?
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ryder?
Yes.
Discussion items.
Chairman Ballhorn, sorry.
Yes. Discussion items. Discussion, consideration, possible action to award project number L16 miscellaneous swimming pool improvements in Legion Park fencing addition in the amount of $11,184.
And basically, Kent, this is kind of what I'm talking about. We had a lot of projects. This was kind of one of them, but it got, because of some issues, not ours or contract issues, we had to come back and get it
Yeah, we had to come
quick.
back and rebid it, and the new bid for the fencing itself actually doubled.
And that's what I'm saying about the $101,000. I want to kind of control that, because I think right now with prices where they are, we're seeing fluctuations. And if 3 for people do it, we're going to talk about change orders. You could be up to 20% on each one. Now all of a sudden that's 20, 40, 68. I mean, it could be high. So I think we got to have the fencing because we did all the other improvements, right, Kent?
Yes, all the improvements we're about 90. The fence was the last because we had to take part of it down, put the concrete in. We want to keep fence up until it's ready for the new one because of the safety issue. But, we originally bid that fence back in June so we could get the Ashbrook grant. But then due to our budget constraints, we really weren't able to fund it until the bond was passed. Then we came to you in December with those numbers, and that contractor is unable to perform the work now. So we've had to go back out and basically get quotes again.
And actually, it was bid before June, before COVID, honestly.
Right before COVID, because that's when we were planning on doing it, and everything kind of went south.
Yeah, we didn't open the pool last year, so we didn't install the fence. So, and we were already in the process of doing the slides, and we moved forward with that.
I mean, I just want to make sure. I'm with it 100%. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and second, and we'll start with Ms. Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee White?
Yes.
Trustee Jensen?
Yes.
Chairman Ballhorn?
Yes. Number 4, discussion, consideration, possible action to award pavilion construction for project number L23 Frank Knight Park upgrades, L24 Legion Park upgrades, L25 Burton Park upgrades, L26 Gadbury Park upgrades, L27 Lake Fishing Pier upgrades, and L28 Adam Park upgrades, and allow Mayor, Chairman to sign all documents associated thereto.
This was as a result of the surveys that we did on the parks, or that Dustin Downey did, and meetings with the Parks and Rec Board. This was one of the things was pavilions almost in every park. So we put together a set of specs very similar to what was done 3 or 4 years ago when we built some additional pavilions. Those went out to bid, and you'll see your spreadsheet in the back on how those came in.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve. Well, let me ask one question. Now, this is not including, Jeff, Kent, this is not including electricity of these pavilions, right? So, and I want to make sure that we have, lights and at least a plug-in for chargers and everything else, because I don't want to do that anymore.
We actually met with to discuss some of the old lighting in the parks today.
Good.
And part of that will include making sure we get electricity to these.
And I knew you'd do that. I just want to make sure we do that. I make a motion that we approve L23 to G-Man for $19,350. I make a motion we approve L24 to Legion Park, to G-Man Custom Barns for $19,350. I make a motion we approve L25 Burton Park, $19,300. I make a motion we approve to G-Man. I make a motion we approve L26 Gadbury Park for $19,350. I make a motion that we approve L27 Lake Fishing Pier, $19,350. And I make a motion that we approve $26,000 to Heritage Hills Roofing
On L28,
on L28. I thought I said that. Thank you, Ken.
Adams Park.
Adams Park. They're all low bids.
Have a motion
Second?
and a second. We'll start with Ms. Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson.
Yes.
Trustee White.
Yes.
Trustee Jensen.
Yes.
Chairman Ballhorn.
Yes. Number 5, discussion, consideration, possible action to award project for resurfacing tennis and basketball courts in various parks in the city of El Reno city limits.
Well,
Chairman, as a result of the survey, I won't go through all of that again. That was some of the, especially in the neighborhood parks, was the surfaces were bad. You know, we have redone the 4 of the 6 tennis courts in Legion Park, very successful, and I think it's the same company that came in with these prices. One of the things I will make note of is that in the Legion Park, the 2 north tennis courts not only will be striped for tennis, but will also be striped for pickleball.
and that wasn't result, Dustin, correct me wrong, that wasn't a result from the surveys. That was from our El Reno Live.
Yeah,
with,
we started
with
having
Jeff. Jeff Davis.
pickleball courts.
Is that right, Jeff?
Well,
Jeff,
we actually pulled up one day. There was a couple playing pickleball. They were from out of town.
They're from Okarche.
They're from Okarche.
And
they were
Matt and
playing
I went up
pickleball
there, yeah.
on our courts, and so we're gonna it'll be dual striped for tennis and pickleball. And we talked to Mike Boer, Coach Boer, and he said that would be fine with the high school, so they can still have their tournaments on the tennis courts if they're dual striped for pickleball as well.
And I will also note that the Frank Knight tennis court, that's called the tennis court, there's 2 basketball courts that are farther to the north in the middle of the park. The one over close to Woodson is now striped as a tennis ball, but there's a new type of soccer that's played on a tennis court, so it will be striped for that purpose, because that was one of the comments during the survey and other things from that park, that they wanted more soccer areas.
They did, but that really wasn't the reason why that happened. The reason why that happened, Jeff, is because Andrea got in trouble for taking the high school girls up at the tennis courts and playing on there because it conflicts with our deal. Matt Goucher called me, and they had the police called on the girls down there, so we had to do something. But we are upgrading soccer fields inside, which was discussed on the survey. Are we still doing that? Are we not doing the soccer fields within the park? No, I'm talking about Frank Knight Park. Frank Knight Park was going to have.
There's areas for goals, we're gonna move some goals down there.
We were going to have some goals moved down there. That's what was on the survey, was the goals on the outside. Now they can do this new stuff, but that was brought up because of Andrea and everything else. The way I understood it, is that not right?
I hadn't heard about her, but it was.
That's the first I've heard of that one.
Oh, that's why I'm asking.
It was something that we thought of, this game is something that's catching popularity, and we thought something to use that.
I love it.
The old skate park as it was down there, it was either tear it out or resurface it, there wasn't a reason for a.
But if it helps the school system, I'm all about it.
What I'm trying to tell you is, these people are communicating to us. Is what I'm trying to tell you, and that's what I'm hearing, because the last deal we had at the park survey I was at the Fire Safety Center. We really didn't know what to do with those tennis courts at that time. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, so I didn't hear about that, but I'm glad that I thought we were listening to the public, and I want to do that because those are issues that are popping up that we need to take care of. They're easily taken care of. They're one on the survey. So let us know what you want, and we'll take it to it. Right, Kent?
Absolutely.
And we talked about. Oh, sorry.
Ken or Jeff, I don't know. Has anybody been to the tennis court to look at the work that they did? Is it holding up?
As well as any
I don't know a
other-
lot about tennis.
That surface is the same surface. I'm familiar with it with a different company. That's the surface that we put on the half-court basketball at the new Public Safety Center when we opened it. And within about 5 years, you'll start to see some hairline cracks. That's normal. I did some research on it, called More Than One Company. But that's because and you got the concrete man here, or both of you, if you don't put relief cuts in there and then fill them with the sealer, then your concrete cracks. Well, when you do that, that gives that surface room to move a little bit, so you will get hairline cracks in that resurfacing. It's very common.
And don't forget, there's only, I think, 2 contractors in the state of Oklahoma
Yes, you are
that
correct.
do that.
I wanna
One in
make sure they're
Tulsa and
holding
one
up.
in Oklahoma City.
But I have,
Merritt Ceiling.
and I'm like you too. I'm not a tennis player, but I did go down there and look at them,
At
and
'em.
I can't remember exactly
That's
how long
been
those were
3 or
done.
4
but they're
years ago,
holding up
hadn't it?
pretty good.
Well, what we did was, if I remember correctly, we had them come to us, and then we had a price. We had a price to do all 3 of them. Remember that, Katie? I think you were involved in that. We had a price to do all 3 of them at that time. We just couldn't afford it, so we talked to Coach Booyer, I think, Matt, at that time. And Booyer said, if you can just get me those 2 tournaments, that'll get me through my tournaments I have to play for the kids.
Yep.
So we were going to do that and come back the next year. And it's been 2 years. But of
I
course
think
we
it's
had
great if they're holding up. I mean,
well, here's the thing is, you talk about this resurfacing. The bottom line is just exactly what Mr. Legali's saying. You're getting your other tennis courts redone. So they've been all of your tennis courts have been redone now in the last 3 years. You're getting a set of tennis courts that's down at Freight Night that was not utilized, that the Parks Department and Parks and us did not get much feedback on the deal, and we did not know what to do with that except get rid of the old skating metal down there, and that was it. So that's why I was surprised with you, because we didn't have any idea what to do with that. I thought that's why you come up with it, honestly, because of you and Andrew's relationship. That's why I thought that. So, because she called me upset, and Matt Goucher did too. So anyway, I'm glad of that. So that'll help that. You're getting resurfaced down there at Frank Knight Park, and then also at Burton Park, but we're taking one basketball court out of Burton Park and replacing that with a pavilion and adding another basketball court down at the Northwest Community Center. So you're not losing, you're getting every court redone, and you're losing one, you're gaining one, and the one you're gaining has a big pavilion to cover everything. And I thought Jeff and Kent and the Parks Board did a great job putting that together, because that's where the use, Roger and I were just discussing, that's where the use is with this COVID deal. We've seen more outdoor use on this stuff than we've ever done. And I don't see that slowing down now.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. We'll start with Mr. Jensen.
Yes.
Trustee White,
Yes.
Trustee Robinson,
Yes,
Vice Chairman Ryder,
Yes.
Chairman Ballhorn,
Yes. Motion for adjournment.
so moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor?
Your amended agenda.
Amended hospital agenda? Oh, that's right. We did that deal, didn't we? It's now 6:24. I now call the El Reno Hospital Authority regular meeting Tuesday, April the 13th to order. We'll go start with consent. The following items be considered routine by the El Reno Hospital Authority, be enacted with one motion. Should a motion be discussed? Roll call start with Trustee Ryder.
Here.
Trustee Robinson,
Yep.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn,
Yes.
Trustee Jensen,
Yes.
Chairman White,
Yes. Now back to my previously scheduled programming. Discussion item, that item be removed from consent agenda, considered separately. Number 1, approval of minutes of March 9th, 2021 regarding the City of El Reno Hospital Authority. Number 2, approval of claims requiring trustee authorization for the period beginning March 1st, 2021 and ending March 31, 2021.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion by Ballhorn, second by Jensen. Roll call start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn,
Yes.
Trustee Robinson,
Yes.
Trustee Ryder,
Yes.
Chairman Ballhorn,
Yes. Move on to 3, discussion, consideration, possible action in respect to resolution number 21-033, resolution authorizing the City of El Reno Hospital Authority, the authority to issue its promissory note in the El Reno Air Park Authority in an aggregate principal amount of $1,500,000 to the note, and authorizing and directing the sale of the execution of the note and other documents related to the transaction and containing after provisions and relating to therefore. Basically what this is housekeeping on this one end. We've really already paid $750,000 back. Does that make sense? But since we're going so fast on this, we want to go ahead and continue. The goal is to pay this note off way forward. But in order to get everything real clean, like the FAA would like to have, I think we've all kind of argued back and forth, but we all agree, Roger included, me and Kent, Mr. Sandage, that really it's just easier for us just to execute a note, put it on a 20-year AM and be done with it. But our intention's always to pay this off quickly. We want to do that. And so it's just kind of housekeeping. So we've already paid back the $750,000 several months ago.
Shows that on your AM schedule.
And it's several hundred thousand.
This is to formally memorialize it and create the AM schedule.
That way, just kind of cleaner when we get so we don't have any hiccups when we do the terminal billing.
Make a motion to approve.
I got a motion. Motion second. Roll call vote for Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yes.
Trustee Jensen? Chairman White?
Yes. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Got a motion. Got a second. Motion by Ballhorn, second by Jensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. It's now 6:26. I now call the municipal authority to order. Roll call start with Trustee Jensen.
Here.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Ryder?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Yes. D, consent agenda. The following items be considered routine by the El Reno Municipal Authority and be enacted with one motion. Should discussion that be desired on that item will be removed from consent agenda and considered separately. Number one, approval of minutes of the March 9th, 2021 regular meeting of El Reno Municipal Authority. Number two, approval of claims requiring trustee authorization for the period beginning March 1st, 2021 and ending March 31, 2021.
Motion approved.
I got a motion. Second, roll call vote start with Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yes.
Trustee Jensen?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Yes. This mask is hurting me. Three, discussion, consideration, possible action to approve the third amendment to the water tower lease agreement between the City of El Reno Municipal Authority and City of El Reno Cellco, a partnership, DBA, doing business as Verizon Wireless. Roger, this is a contract you've read and everything else.
Yes, this amends it. It replaces certain equipment with certain new equipment. I think Matt confirmed that it's the same size, so it's really a like kind replacement.
It was on last month's agenda. We tabled it because I wanted to ensure that the space that the new equipment was going to be taken up was the exact same footprint. So this is on our Rock Island Tower. No additional equipment or space is going to be utilized on our tower. So it's just a simple amendment to the existing lease.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yep.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Ryder?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Yes. All right, move on to four. Discussion, consideration, possible award, project number L30, sidewalks on Country Club Road / Elm Street and sidewalks to serve the new healthplex, allowing the mayor and chairman to sign all documents associated thereto. And I would like to vote on these separately, to award them separately because there's two different contracts. So basically, guess what? We're here.
Yay.
I mean, this has been a 1.5 long, 2-year project, and we're getting close to get it done, and it should go fast. We're excited about this. This is something people really wanted for a long time. I've been pushing for. Mr. Sanders has been pushing for. I mean, the whole community's been pushing for this. Barbara Higdon, she's been pushing for it.
Dustin?
Dustin loves sidewalks. So Dustin's helped us a bunch on everything. So we really appreciate it. We're excited about it. I'd like to make a motion to award the healthplex bid, and it was low to Conley, wasn't it?
Yes.
These services.
No, not the healthplex.
Oh, yeah. Conley. Conley Paving.
I'm looking here.
28,265.
Yeah, 28,265. Did you make that motion, Jensen? You make a motion to award the contract?
Yes, to Conley.
To Conley. I got a motion?
Lowest bidder. Conley.
Second.
Second, roll call vote, start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Ryder?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Abstain. Now we'll move on to the other one, which would be EMC.
Okay.
And it was how much?
258,115, right?
Yep, that's it. Is that a motion?
Make a motion.
Second, roll call start with Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yes.
Trustee Jensen? Chairman White?
Yes. All right, now we'll move on to 5. Discussion, consideration, possible action to award project number L32, Chisholm Lift Station material for material installation out and allow the mayor and chairman to sign all documents associated to. And this is 2 contracts also. Is that correct, Matt?
That's right.
So we need to award, I know one of them's to Quicksilver and one of them's to Haynes, isn't it?
Haynes is the equipment
Yeah.
in the amount of 89,223.
Do I have a motion?
I have a motion to award project number L32 to Chisholm Lift Station to Haynes Equipment Company LLC in the amount of $89,223.
Got a motion? Got a second? Roll call start with Ryder.
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn,
Yep.
Trustee Jensen,
Yes.
Chairman White,
Yes.
And I'll make a motion for Quicksilver Utility Contracting in the amount of $104,350.
Okay. Got a second? Roll call start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn,
Yep.
Trustee Robinson,
Yes.
Trustee Ryder,
Yes.
Chairman White.
Yes. Number 6, discussion consideration possible action to award project number L31, water treatment plant, clarifier cone, discharge pipe, and allow mayor and chairman to associate all documents associated thereto. Chris, we've been working on this for a while, and you're excited about this project. We're really excited about this. Hopefully we'll have all the engineering, done. We've been working on it for some time. We have all the components now in place with the lime slackers, everything else to go. This has been a long step process, but this will help us do this. And this is the money that we're using with the bond, or the improvement money that's on the water bill that we've done years ago. So it's not, it's not an increase or anything else. It's an increase on all that money goes back into the plant, is what I'm trying to say.
Motion.
Got a motion? Do you want to?
Quicksilver
Okay.
for 120,000.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just did Quicksilver. I'm sorry. I forgot there's two.
Same
That's a
company.
motion, Quicksilver.
Damn, we're paying them a lot of money twice. Go ahead. Timmy made a motion. Do I have a second? Roll call vote. Start with Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn,
Yep.
Trustee Jensen, Chairman White.
Yes. Now we'll move on to 7, discussion consideration possible action to approve a construction management contract with Waltrip Construction Incorporated for a water plant improvement. Now, Mr. Sandage.
Yes.
This is where you've kind of set up a great deal here. So what we've done is you're getting ready to get a GMAX together. Is that correct?
That's right. We've got, a few
ahead.
months ago, we hired an architect to renovate our lab, our water plant laboratory. In that process, he's determined that the best course of action is to hire a construction management company to oversee the contractors, because that involves HVAC, electrical, flooring, cabinetry, all types of contractors are going to be in.
Windows and roofs.
Windows, roofs on the buildings, a lot of contractors in a sensitive area. So that's the motion here is, or the item here is to hire Waldrop Construction, which we are using at the hospital and Northwest Community Center. We have a great relationship with them to oversee this contract.
And they are a state certified, how we got them.
Yes.
They're a state certified general contractor.
Construction.
Construction management,
And
sorry.
it just so happens our architect through ARIP recommended Waldrop. So,
Wise move.
yeah.
Goes back to what I'm saying. We were trying to go out for roofs and windows, and we were doing it separately, and it wasn't working, right, Chris? Yeah. Right, Matt?
It was turning into a mess, yeah.
So the GMAX will help us get all under one roof. Then Mr. Smith only has to deal with one person at that point in time, and that's Waldrop. And that's who Matt and Mr. Smith will deal with.
And so the next step will be for Waldrop to get all the bids together on all the different components that are involved here and put together a GMAX, a guaranteed maximum contract. They'll bring it back to City Council, Municipal Authority, for approval, just like we did on the Healthplex and on the Northwest Community Center.
And in doing that, I think it helps us a lot. I mean, they're a good contractor, good general contractor, and the bottom line is it helps us keep track of everything.
Make a motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call start with Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn, Trustee Jensen,
Yes.
Chairman White.
Yes. Number 8, discussion consideration possible action. L16 miscellaneous swimming pool improvements, Legion Park fencing, addition amount of $11,184.
Per authority.
Per authority motion Robinson.
Yep.
Second Ballhorn. Roll call start with Jensen.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn,
Yep.
Trustee Robinson,
Yes.
Trustee Ryder,
Yes.
Chairman White.
Yes. 9, discussion consideration possible action, award pavilion construction for project number L23, Frank Knight Park upgrades, L24, Legion Park upgrades, L25, Burton Park upgrades, L26 Gadberry Park upgrades, L27 Lake Fishing Pier upgrades, and L28 Adams Park upgrades, and allow the mayor chairman to sign all documents associated there too. Per authority Robinson, second by Ballhorn. Roll call start with Ryder.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yep.
Trustee Jensen?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Yes. Discussion, consideration, possible action award project for the resurfacing tennis, basketball courts in various parks and recreation in the city of El Reno city limits. Per authority Ballhorn.
Second.
Second Robinson. Roll call vote start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Ballhorn?
Yep.
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Ryder?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Yes. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Roger, you might say the prayer for me. It's now 6:36. I now call the El Reno City Council meeting to order. Thank you, Lindsay. I now call the El Reno City Council meeting to order Tuesday, April the 13th, 2021. Roll call start with Jensen.
Here.
Vice Mayor Ballhorn?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ryder?
Here.
Mayor White?
Yes. All right. Well, let's stand and join in the word of the Lord. Roger, would you lead us in prayer?
Be happy to do it. Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we pause today to thank you for the privilege of being about the business of this fine community. We're thankful for these men and women who give their time and their talents to be here. We ask your continued guidance on our community and our state and our country. Lord, as we look at the skies tonight, we see that it's storm season here in Oklahoma. We ask your continued guidance and protection over the citizens of the city of El Reno and the state of Oklahoma in that respect as well. All these things we pray in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any new business, deletions to the agenda at the time? If there's not, I'll move on to the proclamations. We'll go to the first one, which will be the 22nd. Is that right, Lindsay, Katie? At the VFW member? Is that right, Katie?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be there, and we're excited about that. I was contacted by the VFW. Nancy contacted me to see what we need to do. We got on the ball, and she really wanted to thank staff for that. And I think we all worked hard to get this done for the VFW post. We really appreciate all their hard work that they've done to do this, and also the auxiliary, of course, because they're the ones that kind of put this together, I think, with the post. Office of Mayor, whereas the citizens of El Reno have a great admiration and gratitude for the men and women who have selfishly served this country and for this community and the armed forces. Whereas the Purple Heart is the oldest military decoration in its present use, as initially created by as a badge of military merit by the General George Washington in 1782. And whereas the Purple Heart was the first American Service Award or decoration made available to the common soldier, specifically awarded to the members of the United States Armed Forces who have been wounded or paid the ultimate sacrifice in combat. Whereas the city of El Reno appreciates the sacrifices our Purple Heart recipients made in defending our freedoms and acknowledge those men and women for their courage by showing our support and honor. I therefore may be resolved that Matt White, by all the powers vested in me as mayor of the city of El Reno in Oklahoma, do hereby, being citizens and I do hereby proclaim El Reno to be Purple Heart City. In witness therefore, I have honors in my hand and caused the seal of the city to be affixed to the 9th day of March 2021. We'll have that program out at the VFW, and they'll do a great job as usual. So if you have some Purple Heart recipients, get a hold of Nancy Sullivan. I think she can help you out. And then the main thing is that we also, Amy's not here, Chris, but I know she's got the signs ready, and we got those. That's really nice, and so I'm excited about that. All right, the next one would be the 52 annual Municipal Clerks Week. Whereas the Office of Municipal Clerks is a time-honored and vital part of the local government that exists throughout the world, and whereas the Office of Municipal Clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the Office of Municipal Clerk provides professional link between the citizens and local government bodies and agencies and government to other levels, whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartial renderings of equal service to all. And whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on the function of local government and community. Whereas municipal clerks continue to strive to improve the administration of affairs of the Office of Municipal Clerk through participation in education, seminars, workshops, and annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. And whereas it's most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the Office of the Municipal Clerks. I therefore, by my powers of Matt White, being the mayor of El Reno, vested in me, and all its citizens here proclaim May 2nd through 8th, 2021 to be 52nd Annual Municipal Clerks Week in the city of El Reno. Thank you, Lindsay, and all that you do.
Yeah.
What we do without you, really. All right, we'll move on to consent agenda. Duff, if you can you bring you and those gentlemen in here, please? Chief Duff, can you and those gentlemen come in here real quick? We'll move on to consent agenda. The following item be considered routine by the El Reno City Council, being acted in one motion. Should discussion be desired on that item that I be removed from the consent agenda, considered separately. The city manager recommends a motion that we approve, number one, approval of minutes of the March 9th, 2021, regular meeting of the El Reno City Council. Number two, approval of resolution 21-32, a resolution providing a memorandum of understanding, MOU, between the city of El Reno and Fire Department of the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And number three, approval of fiscal year 2021 compilation of audit engagement letter, fiscal year 2021 single audit engagement letter with Aldridge and Associates. Number four, approval of budget amendments for fiscal year 2021 and ending June 30th, 21. And number five, approval of claims requiring council authorization for the period beginning March 1st, 2021 and ending March 31st, 21.
I'd like to approve number 1, 3, 4, and 5.
I'm just gonna tell you, I'm pulling two, so.
Yes.
Okay, so pull two and approve the rest.
Approve the rest.
I got a motion by Ballhorn,
Second.
second, roll call start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ballhorn.
Yes.
Councilman Robinson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Yes.
Mayor White.
Yes. Okay, Duff, come on up. Chief, come on up, John. I want to recognize our, what everybody up here, what Kent recognized, but when he was fire chief, what he recognized now assistant chief, and Matt does too, and me as mayor, and I know the council does, as our partners. And we consider you all partners. And I really appreciate all the work that Chief Duff and you all put into this project. I couldn't think of a better project, Chief, that you could bring to us that really made more sense. And really, I really appreciate you thinking outside the box to help us with this. This is such a good trade-off for all of us, and it works out good for all of us. Let me tell you what we're doing here. We have an engine that we were going to retire about a year ago. We did retire about a year and a half ago. Is that right, Chief? And they have the yellow, I call it the yellow wasp, the yellow wasp out there that's older than this young man laughing right now. They're retiring that because it won't hold the specifications that we need to qualify for assistance this time. It won't pump the water because it's just old, kind of like Roger and Ray. So what Chief wants to do, and we were all for it, Matt and I, and we think it's such a great partnership. Instead of trading that engine in and not getting much money for it, won't trade in on any of our vehicles or anything else, we're going to give the engine to FCI, and that engine has been in our service for how long, Chief? Since 1999. So we replace that, so that'll help us, and that helps us in our mutual aid. So every time we call, they answer. So this is like having our own volunteer fire department out on the hill, and we appreciate that. We can't thank you all enough, and I know all the predecessors, and like I said, Chief, thank you so much for putting this together.
No problem.
And,
Work hand in hand with them.
and it works out such good, and we want to really thank you all for doing what you do for our community. And Chief, thank you so much for this project. What a fun one.
Hey, Chief, I didn't hear what you said.
No, we work hand in hand with them. Every structure department we get one. They're our first call. They're great help. Always have it.
They're best. I make a motion we approve.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Roll call start with Jensen.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Ballhorn.
Yes.
Councilman Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Yes.
Mayor White.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Chief, thanks again. What a way to start. Hey, Chief, things like this a lot better than we were working on about a year ago.
I appreciate that.
Get out of here.
Everyone, thank you.
All right, we go to F, audience participation. Anyone having an item to present to the business, the city of El Reno, to the city council, and it does not appear on the agenda, please come to the podium at the time, state your name, you're requested to limit your presentation to 3 minutes. Any item must pertain to the city of El Reno business. Yes, ma'am, would you mind stating your name? I'm gonna put a little time on it.
I'm Shelley Birdshead.
Hi, Shelley.
I own SMS downtown Barkin. And they say we can't put anything on the sidewalk, but that's a big part of my business. I mean, if we could be allowed just to put a couple things, because people have been coming in all week saying, we thought you wasn't even open, there was nothing outside. And I don't put junk out there, anything I put out sells the first day. Last month I ran $11,000. This month, it's hurting me.
Well, and let me kind of make sure that we're on the same page, Shelley. You and I have known each other a long time. We never have ever told you to remove anything from your deal, but I want you to understand, Mr. Reinhardt and Mr. Sandage, you back me up. There's nothing allowed on the sidewalks. Hey, guys, I can't hear it up here, sorry. We don't, the sidewalk is the city's right of way. And the reason why it's that way is really because the businesses wanted it that way at some point in time. It's like we are the homeowners association, you'd say we own the sidewalks, and we never have any complaints. Are you referring to the video? Is that what you were referring to? That
No,
they put out?
somebody come to our store and said we had to move. what
She
we had
didn't,
on the
but she,
sidewalk off.
an officer came to your store?
Yes,
I didn't know that. What officer was it?
I don't know, my husband told me.
Here's what happened.
No, it was a city
Code enforcement.
Code enforcement?
maybe, yeah.
Did they write you an issue? Did they give you an
No, he
ordinance?
just told my husband we had to move things off the sidewalk.
Here's what happened. We've always allowed that because we understand, but we tried to, Ray, I think you covered it, and Shannon, you were involved with it. They wanted to put chairs and stuff out, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we had a joint meeting, I think it was before Mr. Jensen even got on there. We had a joint meeting between the city council and the planning commission, is that correct? Okay, and I think we addressed a lot of the concerns. You know, you gotta be careful how you do that. And so we wanted to make sure that we came up with an ordinance, and it took some time to do that, but we came with an ordinance that we felt like that covered the liability for the city and for the people that have that. So we had a permit that you can issue, that you can get to put certain furniture, can't be couches, because that's a concern. Something to you might be different to me, and that's what your own right of way, so it's a different deal. So we had to handle that with care, Roger, is that correct? So we came with an ordinance of basically table seating because we want to do that. And we still are working now on some outdoor seating with a current new businesses that want to come downtown. But Dustin, we went through that whole process, and you don't have to go anywhere, but we went through the whole process and we haven't had one permit yet, have we?
I actually got a request for one. They're supposed to be getting their site plan in, and back to me this week.
Dustin, I met with you and Mr. Sandage last Tuesday and asked you if anybody applied for that.
And there hadn't been.
Okay, so my knowledge, what I'm trying to say.
I got somebody
Have
in the
you
last
issued
3 days.
Have you issued one yet?
No,
Okay, that'd be the answer. So you haven't issued one yet.
that's correct.
Okay, it's been a year or so since we've done that. You haven't issued one yet. I'm not saying we can't do that. The problem is, and I don't think some of the downtown organizations are helping us because they want to blame the city for this. And some of the businesses do too. We have to be careful because if we do something that affects another person. What happened was that a lady called City Hall upset because she got into an argument with the lady that owns that store. And they were arguing over that stuff. She called at City Hall, she called me, she called 2 other people. We sent code enforcement down there and asked her to put the signs in. She'd been asked about it 2 years before that process, and Mr. Dickerson's back there watching. Mark went down there and asked her, she basically told him she's not moving them because Allie had a sign out that says open. You all had one, Wet Willie, she's telling us everybody that has this, everybody has that. We just said we got a telephone call. She started saying where she's not moving it. The police went down there, they had body cams. They asked her to move it. She started cussing me, the city, everybody else over a Coke can that had nothing to do with that. We only react to people that call us. And if we don't react, then we're not doing our job. So the bottom line is that I understand where you're coming from, but if you want to put stuff on a sidewalk, then every business downtown has to understand that, because it's not fair if one doesn't. Because I was explaining to somebody, let's say her store that she talked about, I own the building next door to her store, or you're on the corner like I am. If she had her stuff where Roger is right now, where that screen is, I could put a screen right there beside mine and cover all hers up. That's what's happened in the past. That's why you have ordinances downtown to protect it. That's why people want to be downtown. If you want to go out and do your own business and build another office park or whatever else, or another business down the street, I think business people want to do that. And we're going to see that tonight, hopefully. And they want to move to a location that they can have reign over what they want to. Downtown has to be protected in both ways.
What is the amount of space from the doorway to the city sidewalk?
Zero. You understand downtown, and that's the problem is, that's why I don't think some of the downtown associations are understanding that. And they probably wouldn't, because they don't own buildings. I mean, we own a building downtown, we pay taxes. So downtown has what they call zero lot lines. Is that right, Roger?
Yes.
So if I'm standing in the doorway